This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 120, When Your Work Life is Destroying Your Good Life, by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. And hi again, welcome to Optimal Startup Daily. I am Dan, and I'm here with you every single day reading to you from some of the best blogs on entrepreneurship. And have you tried Email Octopus? They give you the tools you need for email marketing, including customizable sign-up forms, autoresponders, and list segmentation, all free for up to 2,500 subscribers. Great if you're just starting out with building an audience or if you have a smaller audience. And right now, Email Octopus is offering Optimal Startup Daily listeners 50% off their first month. Visit emailoctopus.com/OSD or quote code OSD50 at sign-up. For 50% off of your first month of email marketing, visit emailoctopus.com/OSD or quote code OSD50 at sign-up. And for now, let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. When Your Work Life is Destroying Your Good Life, by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. Before I left a 20-year career in advertising and marketing, I had many days where I thought things like, I'm at the end of my rope. I'll never make it through the day. This will never get done. I'm too busy to function. I have nothing left to give. Dramatic? Perhaps. Honest? Yes. So I stayed up late, worked through lunch, and kept piling it on. I knew I could do it all. I was proud of doing it all. While I may have been able to do it all at work, on reflection, I can see that other things and other areas of my life were quietly suffering. When you fall out of love with your work or your job is wearing you down, the destruction is often so gradual that you can't respond to it. You know something isn't right, but it doesn't have a name or a solution. When you start thinking or saying words like exhausted, trapped, and hopeless, it's time for a change. Today, while I run my own micro-business and have the enormous blessing of choosing creative projects I love and working with people I love, I still have days, like today, where everything seems to be happening at once. This morning, I looked at my list of things to do and felt the pressure of a crazy day approaching. With several projects in different stages and a trip to Austin tomorrow morning, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. The way I see it, I have two choices. One, I can work all day and into the night and try to wrap everything up before I leave tomorrow morning. Two, I can remember why I walked away from a regular paycheck, work for a few hours, and then take my daughter to lunch. Both choices require compromise. With option one, I will make small sacrifices in health, time with family, and the quality of my work. Maybe no one will notice, but I'll know. With option two, I'll compromise my deadlines and perhaps some free time over the weekend. If you work for someone else, you might not have the same choices, but you do have options. If you are overwhelmed or unhappy at work, think about incorporating a few of the following strategies. For a better work life, leave the office. If you work in a structured office setting that is a high-stress environment, leave the office during your workday. Walk away from your desk and go outside for a 15-minute walk. Fresh air and movement will relieve some of your tension. Stand while you work. Create a makeshift stand-up desk so you have an alternative to sitting all day. You don't need anything fancy. My standing desk is pictured in the post. Standing will improve your health and may even increase your creativity and productivity. As Rob Schwartz, Chief Creative Officer of ad agency TBWA Chiat Day LA, suggests, quote, you get more done when you're standing up. When you're sitting, you're naturally recessive. You're receiving. When you're standing, you're ready to do something. End quote. Uncommiserate. If you don't like your job, you probably work with people who are unhappy at work too. It's nice to know you aren't alone, but break the habit of complaining and commiserating. Misery loves company, and the more company you have, the more miserable you will be. Journal your frustration. If your boss treats you like or you have to sit through mindless meetings, write about it privately. There is hope in ink on paper. Ask about an alternative schedule. Switching your schedule up can have a big impact on your workflow and attitude towards your job. Ask about leaving an hour early or starting an hour late. If you don't ask, you'll never know. Plan your escape. Maybe you aren't in a position to walk away from a stressful job, but you can start something new. When I started this site, I was still working full-time and dreading every Monday morning meeting. Starting something new, while initially more work, gave me something to look forward to and be excited about. 1 year and 5 months later, I lost my job on purpose to do work I love. I'm so glad I didn't wait another day or month or year to get started. Life is too good to stay at a bad job for too long. While there are unlovable tasks in every career, when you start to do work you really care about, it feels less like a job and more like a piece of the good life you so deserve. If you were wondering about my dilemma from earlier, I picked option 2 and took my daughter out to lunch. I'm delivering this post a little late, and there will be a few things I won't get to today. On the upside, I'll be refreshed and excited for my trip tomorrow, and will get back to my work rested, motivated, and creatively charged. You just listened to the post titled, "When Your Work Life is Destroying Your Good Life," by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. And now, if you're a startup owner, this message is for you. Running a business is just plain hard. You've got endless to-do lists, employees to take care of, and of course, your ever-present bottom line. So first of all, kudos to you for staying on top of all that, but I want to tell you about Gusto. Gusto built an easier and more affordable way to manage payroll, benefits, and more. They help over 100,000 businesses with tasks like automated payroll tax filing, simple direct deposits, free health insurance administration, 401ks, onboarding tools, you name it, Gusto made it easy. 94% of customers say Gusto streamlines payroll and benefits, and they definitely do that for us here on the Optimal Living Daily team. We use Gusto for both payroll and benefits. They really care about the small business owners they work with. Their support team is attentive and helpful, and since money can be tight right now, you'll get 3 months free once you run your first payroll. Just go to gusto.com/OSD and start setting up your business today. You'll see what I mean when I say easy. Again, that's 3 months of free payroll at gusto.com/OSD. And hey, a big thanks to Courtney Carver for letting us share her work. She's actually an author who gave us permission a long time ago, starting with our very first show, Optimal Living Daily. In 2006, Courtney was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and while it doesn't define her or her blog, it has had a huge impact on her life. And it led her to create Be More with Less, as well as author books, create courses, and much, much more. She also created the popular minimalist fashion challenge, Project 333. And her diagnosis has led her to make changes in her life that paved the way for an incredible journey of love, health, and simplicity. It's a story worth hearing from her, so come check out her site and everything she has to offer. That's BeMoreWithLess.com, and you can also hear a lot of her minimalism-related posts being narrated for you over on Optimal Living Daily. But that does it for me today. I thank you so much for being a subscriber to the show. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here for the Friday show tomorrow. That's where your optimal life awaits.